Hi, Ed Mount, Parkpoint Health Club Sonoma. Today we're going to be doing shoulder workout. It's really important to try to keep our shoulders really nice and strong. When we think about our shoulder joint, if this were our humerus coming into here and the head, so top part of this bone coming into here, it needs to be able to move around in a number of different locations and number of different angles. Okay, this is a very shallow joint, so because of that there are a lot of muscles that we need to keep strong. We have the anterior deltoid, we have lateral head, and we have the posterior deltoid. But more importantly, we've got a lot of inside very small strap muscles, which are called the rotator cuff muscles. Those are the ones that are most easily injured. So what we're going to do today is do a whole series of exercises in order to get our shoulders nice and strong, so that this way we're less likely to have any kind of shoulder issues going forward. So what we're going to start off with is just kind of nice, easy does it. Want to get our shoulders nice and relaxed. Just going to kind of swim a little bit forward, swim a little bit backward. Want to get them nice and warmed up. Okay, we're going to start off with some weighted balls. And what I have here is a little 1 pound ball. What we've talked about before, you're not necessarily going to have these types of pieces of equipment. You can simply use a can out of your pantry. It's going to weigh about the same amount. What we're going to start off with are doing ABCs. We've done a lot of ABCs with our lower body. Well, we're going to do ABCs with our upper body. So I'm going to start off here. My arm is parallel to the ground, and I'm going to write out the alphabet from A to Z. It doesn't matter whether you do uppercase, lowercase, whatever you want to do, that's fine. See, hopefully you can tell what letters I'm writing. Nice big letters. U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Other side. You're really going to feel your shoulders get tired. We don't want to reach forward with this. We want to keep our shoulders back, so have a nice parallel, stable platform here that we're working from. F, G. You'll notice I tend to change direction. That's fine. That's what you want to do. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to keep our elbows tight to our body. We're going to do a little internal, external rotation. I'm just moving the ball from side to side. I'm not letting my elbows flare away from my body. We're just going to do 15 of these. That's 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, I'm going to grab a second one of these. What we're going to do now are lateral raises. So again, if you're holding cans, we're just coming up parallel to the ground. So this is working our deltoids. It's also working the trapezius muscles. These are the trapezius muscles up here. We're going to do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So by the time you get to 15 of those, you're really going to be feeling it up into your neck. You're going to feel your trapezius muscles, and you're going to feel your deltoids a little bit. That's exactly what we want. So now we're going to come to the front, again, parallel to the floor. There's 2 and 3. You'll notice my wrists are down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put these down. Kind of want to shake out our arms a little bit. I'm just going to do a little bit of a stretch. You've seen us do this stretch before. Don't want shoulder up in the air, shoulder down. We're just bringing this across our body, just hanging out here for a couple of seconds. Just want to stretch out those muscles that we've just been working, keep them nice and pliable. That feels good. Now we're going to put our hands behind our back. We're going to lift up this way, and we're just going to shake it out. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to a blue tube. Okay, you've seen us use the tubing before. I'm going to put that around my post over here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with external rotation, meaning I'm going to bring it across my body. So this is external rotation. When I'm working that, I'm working posterior deltoid. I'm also working lateral head of the deltoid. Okay, you can determine how hard this is going to be by how much play you give yourself. I'm doing this with about 10 pounds of resistance. There's 8. We're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's external rotation. I'm really feeling those shoulders light up with that. Now we're going to do internal rotation. So dropping this hand down, elbow pinned, across my body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to do the other side, which means I'm going to attach to the other post. Okay, so we just finished working this as we're doing internal rotation, so I don't want to go right into external rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the other side, and I'm going to do my internal rotation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so internal rotation. Now we're going to do external rotation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to even these up. I'm going to stand facing, and I'm going to press right down to my thighs. I'm going to move back just a little bit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull those shoulders back. 2, 3, 4, and 15. Okay, so I'm going to turn. Those were rear press backs. What I'm going to do now are front raises. So I'm starting with my hands right beside my legs, and I'm going to come straight up, again parallel to the floor. 2, 3, 4. Keep your head forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop this tube down. So what we're doing when we're working our shoulders is we want to make sure that we're working each head of the deltoid, we're working the trapezius muscles, and once again, we're working those real deep inside strap muscles, okay? We're going to go back to our weighted ball, and we're going to do what we call a cross body. So I don't want to roll my shoulder forward. I want to keep my shoulder back. I'm starting with my thumb, tapping my upper thigh, and I'm going to come up on a diagonal. 2, and I'm reaching it way up high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, I'm going to grab my other ball. So for all you swimmers out there, master swimmers, recreational swimmers, if you swim at a public pool, or like us where we have our pool at the club and you haven't been able to get out in the water, this is a great exercise in order to keep your shoulders swim strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward with my left leg and I'm going to swim. 3, 4, 5, same stroke. 6, 7, just like you're swimming. 8, 9, 10. Roll the shoulders. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, I'm going to switch feet and I'm going to backstroke it. 1, twist your core. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So those are great exercises because, as you can see, as I'm doing this, we're using weight, rotating the shoulder 360 degrees. Same thing coming this way, 360 degrees. We're using all those muscles, okay? What we're going to do now is grab some light dumbbells. All right. And what we're going to do now is just like when you're pushing, you're lifting and you're putting something up in the cupboard. So we're just going to do that, and I'm twisting my hand this way. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, right across your body. 7, there's 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 15. Okay, so anybody that has a martial arts background is going to tell you what I was just doing is called upward blocks, and that's exactly what it is. But again, when we're taking something and we're picking it up and we're lifting up above our heads to place it on a shelf, or if we're grabbing something and bringing it down, we're using the muscles in the same way. This is just a fun way to do it. Okay, so since we were just going up, now we have to go down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand right up here on my shoulder, and I'm going to go down. And as I do this, you can see that I'm extending away from my body, okay? So 1, 2, and 3. And again, a martial artist is going to tell you that this is a downward block. And that's because that's exactly what it is. There's 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12, and 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do thumbing a ride or an outward block. So we're going to start down here. My elbow is going to pin to my waist, and I'm going to come here. And as I do this, you can see I'm coming up parallel to the floor. Okay, so 1, 2, keep the back of your arm facing away from you so that your palm is facing you at all times. There's 6 and 7. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to raise up this way, okay, and we're going to sweep across and then down. So 1 and down, 2 and down, 3, good. That's the way. Cross your body right to the opposite shoulder and let it rotate down. Good. So you can see we start and we rotate, rotate, and this is called an inward block. So another martial art exercise, but this is really good for your shoulders. Now, do we use this kind of motion in everyday life? Not necessarily, not unless you're actually fighting. However, we do use these muscles in this way when we're reaching and pulling for something. Where I see a lot of muscle injuries, particularly in the shoulders, is because people use their bodies inappropriately. Okay, that was 15. And that's when they're reaching back and they're doing something like this. They don't twist, okay? You really want to respect your shoulders. If they're not feeling right, you want to figure out why they're not feeling right. What's happening? We want to try to keep them solid. So, you've seen me do these before. These are twists, palm closed, palm open. And there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to do the internal external rotations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Let your hands go down. We're going to do the same exercise, but this time we're going to do it palms up. Okay? Forearms parallel to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze our shoulder blades together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set these down. All right, we're going to go into some suspension training now. So I have my straps all set up. And what we're going to do is called a reverse fly, okay, or kind of a reverse shoulder press. So I'm going to do is start with my arms far apart, feet together, and what I'm going to do is allow myself to fall back, nice straight arms, and I'm going to pull myself up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also called a T. 5, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to do the I. So hands are here, fall back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And we went beyond the 5, went to 8. That's okay. If it feels good, like we've said before, keep going. All right? So what we're going to do now, a little bit of a stretch across the body. Again, we just want to get these shoulders a little bit on the loose side. Hold it anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Nice and easy. Again, we're not trying to create tension, we're trying to relieve tension. Okay, we're going to go to the other side, just letting my hand hang, nice and relaxed. Beautiful day here. All right, now I'm going to come across and back, kind of patting yourself on the back here. Again, nice and relaxed. This is the kind of stuff we want to see for shoulder mobility. Nice big windmill. And the other side. I want to be able to get this elbow straight up in the air. This is a good tricep stretch as well. Okay, and down, hands in back, lifting up. And again, you can see what I'm doing here, lifting up nice and high, shoulder blades back, standing tall. Okay, and we're going to shake it out. So those are a few exercises that you can do in order to keep your shoulders strong and healthy. Again, it's all about range of motion, okay? Simple little test. If I put my hand on my shoulder and I raise my arm up this way, is there any pain or discomfort in the shoulder? Same thing on this side, raising it up, any pain or discomfort? These are a couple of tests that we use in order to determine whether or not there's anything going on with the rotator cuff or in the muscles. If we have problems, oftentimes they're a strain, not necessarily a sprain, but a strain. So the rule of thumb is if you've got shoulder problems or if you've got shoulder pain, does it wake you up at night? Is it tough to sleep on? Is this something new? Is this something that has been going on for a period of time? Are you able to freely raise your arm up? Or do you have to sort of push it a little bit? General rule of thumb, if you feel pain in your shoulder and within say like a week to 10 days, maybe 14 days, if it's not feeling any better but it's starting to feel worse, really want to see a doctor because we want to be sure that we don't have any kind of tears in there. Oftentimes a strain will go away by itself simply by doing rest, using ice, over-the-counter Advil, Tylenol, something of that nature. Again, don't take any medications unless you check with your physician first or your pharmacist. Some medications can react with things that you may be taking. Ice is always your friend. Rest is always your friend. One of the things too, let's talk about just some general kind of rehab exercises. And one of them is something that we call a pendulum. So if we take a nice light weight, so this would be a can, I'm going to lean forward this way and I'm just simply going to do circles, okay? And I'm letting my arm hang, and you can see I'm kind of moving my body. I'm not using my shoulder to do this, I'm actually using my body to do this. And this is called a pendulum exercise. And now I'm going to go the other way. I'm just going to do 10 in each direction, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice and easy. Okay, we're going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's a general rehab exercise. Other one is passing the ball around our body, or this could be a can. 3, 4, 5. This is all about mobility. 6, 8, and 10. Other way. 1. So I'm not throwing the ball, I'm actually passing it from my hand to hand. People that have shoulder exercises, they're not able to touch their hands in back of their bodies. They can do it in front, but they can't. They have to really strain. We don't want to do that. We want our shoulders nice and easy. And 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we have something else that we call painting the fence. Just like that. I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see what happens with my hands. I come up to the top, my fingers are down, and I'm going to reach up, and I'm going to have palms down. So just like a paintbrush. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, again, that's a range of motion exercise. Doing finger touches above and below. 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can't do this without pain, maybe you can only raise to here. That's fine. Just go to here and back down. But if you can go all the way up, great. And we're not reaching. We're not, we're moving our hands at the same time. It's not like one and then the other. Okay. Okay. So then, in back, up top. In back, up top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Now, while I'm doing that, my shoulder clicks. Okay, that's just something that happens with my shoulder. Does it hurt? No. So you know what? I'm not going to stop doing that because it doesn't hurt my shoulder. So let comfort be your guide. If something is painful, as we've talked about before, you don't get extra points for pushing through pain, okay? So make it comfortable. A little discomfort, maybe I can push through it. Yeah, you know what? It feels the same, or it's actually diminishing. That's what we're looking for. What doesn't feel the same, and it's starting to get more painful, we stop. We don't push through, okay? We're gonna come back to our balls, and we're gonna do what we call a little palm rotation. So my forearm is parallel to the floor, and I'm going palm up, palm down. 2, 3, shoulders are not forward, shoulders are back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as I'm watching this, I'm making sure that that ball is, I'm not going dipping all over the place. That ball is real steady. 4, 5, rotating around the center axis. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so those are some real general, easy does it rehabilitation exercises that I use all the time when I'm rehabbing somebody's shoulder. There's some others that we do go into, but pretty much all of these exercises are really great for shoulder stability. I would really recommend that you do these a couple, 3 times a week at the very least. And if you do have shoulder issues and they're not going away, do consult with your physician and get a referral onto a sports orthopedist. I prefer to have people go to a sports orthopedist as opposed to a regular orthopedic surgeon. Sports orthopedists, they have a tendency to want to look and see what the cause is. What's happening? Why is this happening to you? As opposed to saying, oh, your shoulder hurts, let's give you just a shot of cortisone and let's send you maybe for a little PT or just rest it and see what's happening. Let's find out what the cause is behind it. Let's get those shoulders strong so that you get out of pain. So, thank you very much for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Be safe, be well.